Hello then, welcome back
Yeah.
to the first full episode of the Late Apex Formula 1 podcast. But not the first one, because we did an introduction as well. So yeah, we're just going to run you through some of the latest F1 news that's been going about, and just give you kind of a fill-in and maybe do some predictions towards the end as well.
Yeah.
So, first of all, we've livery launches coming up soon,
Yeah.
all kind of early to mid-February.
Yeah. Red Bull have gone very early, in fact.
They
on
have,
the
third. And what did you say there was a change with? I think Sparko to Alpine?
Oh yeah.
Puma to Alpine
Yeah,
style.
so Red Bull are going from Puma race suits, boots, and merchandise to, I think, yes, it's Sparko. I'm pretty sure it's Sparko suits and boots, and Castor, or Castori, however you pronounce it, merchandise,
Yeah.
which will be shit, because
Yeah.
did you see what they did with Wolves, the football club?
Yeah.
They put the Wolves badge upside down. It's an easy badge to put on upside down, but still rubbish. And the
Yeah.
merchandise is just basic quality.
You've got some on you.
I have,
McLaren, what's it like?
Well, it's very like sports material, so like artificial fibres a lot, and it's just basic. It's really nothing special, and it's really not worth the price. But we'll buy it anyway.
I guess we'll have to see what they do, yeah, seeing as he's been a Verstappen fan. Then we've got Williams on the 6th,
Yeah.
two young drivers.
Yeah, should be a good launch. It was a very good launch last year. The car looked amazing.
What were your thoughts on the livery last year?
I really liked it.
I think it was good, and I might get a bit hate for this one, but I think the one the year before was good as well.
I think it was good, yeah, but it got leaked because they were planning to do the virtual reality launch, weren't they? And it got leaked by a hacker, which isn't very good. But
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be good. I think with Williams, it's going to be
James Vowles.
James Vowles.
James Vowles, yeah. Is he team principal or is he technical director? I shall have to have a look because
Yes, and I also saw Alfa Romeo yet to announce their team principal as well, because on the graphic that everyone posted out, he's actually the CEO, not the team principal. They've made that clear. So we'll have to see who takes the reins there. Who do you think will, if you had to put a prediction in?
I don't think Capito will go there. Maybe FX de Maison
Maybe.
after leaving Williams with Capito.
Do Mercedes have an actual team principal, or is it just Wolff who does a bit of both?
Wolff is team principal, but he also owns like a ridiculous stake in Mercedes.
Have it? Yes, it's like 33%. I think.
Yeah.
He's a major owner.
Oh yeah, so Mercedes strategy chief James Vowles will be the new team principal of Williams, but they still don't have a technical director, which is something fairly crucial for a Formula 1 team. And then we've got everyone going everywhere, which we'll get into later. But anyway,
Stay tuned.
back to the car launches.
Yes, so the Williams one is on the 6th of February, and then 5 days later we've got the AlphaTauri launch.
The AlphaTauri launch will be in New York, probably the same place as the Red Bull one, because the Red Bull one's in New York, so I assume it'll be the same like studio.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I think they've had quite mid liveries the past few years.
I mean, the past 3
2020
years.
was alright. 3 years.
No, 2, sorry. No,
3.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Still in 2022.
2020 was alright, although the car was just not, it was not very attractive shape.
2021
was, I didn't like it when it came out, but yeah, the AlphaTauri, I think it worked really well in 2021. Well, not really well, but better than 2020 with the, inverting the colours, so it was predominantly blue, wasn't it, with white bits and the lovely red Honda logo, and then 2021 was just a boring livery. 2022 even.
2022, yeah. I think, I would say there's only so much you can go, but AlphaTauri's a clothing brand. I think they could do more than white and black or white and navy,
Yeah.
whatever it is. They could do, they could do different stuff, essentially.
They could do what Jaguar TCS Racing are doing in Formula E and have so obviously we're already talking about Formula E, it's episode 1. But so Jaguar have historically in Formula E had black with teal accents, a bit like Mercedes in 2020, 2021. But then for this season, the 2023 season, don't watch Formula E because it's shit. They've got like black and white liveries, but the liveries are like asymmetrical. Each car's got a different livery, but if you like flip it, it's the same livery. So yeah, they could do something like that. They probably won't. But
Just keep it plain and simple.
yeah.
Then 2 days later, I just realised that if they're doing it at the same place, how come they're doing it 8 days apart?
I don't know. So they confirmed it was in, because AlphaTauri released a date, like what they were one of the first teams, and they said they were going to be doing it in New York at that time. And Red Bull said we're going to be doing it in New York, or I believe it's in New York at that time. So maybe it's something to do with Oracle.
Yeah, maybe.
But
2 days after the AlphaTauri launch, we've got the mean green machine of Aston Martin.
yeah.
So, what colours do you think they'll go with this year? Because they had a bit of a pink adventure in 2021, then went to yellow. Well, the racing green.
Yeah, well,
The light
so it's
green.
British Racing Green, and then like lime. Yeah. And you can see in like the early like launch material in the promo video in 2021, the drivers had like green accents because the BWT deal was signed quite late.
Yeah. And then there was also the fact that in 2022, I think they went for a bit more black
Yeah.
on the car. I think, to be fair, the whole grid towards the sort of the end, I don't know if it was black or I don't know if they were just stripping paint.
Yeah, it just exposed carbon. If you look at the McLaren at the start of the season, and the McLaren at the end of the season,
I know, it was so heavy at the
Yeah.
start.
the start it was
Car.
like almost fully painted, and by the end there was like very little paint left on. Same with the Williams.
The Williams,
stripped
yeah.
a lot of paint off, and it does make the liveries look cool.
And I think the Mercedes Halo changed towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
That went black as well. I don't know if that was just a paint job. But yeah, hopefully it's a year of change for Aston Martin.
I hope they go for something similar to what they have in like sports car racing, where they have all like neon yellow with like red accents.
Yeah.
I think that'll look cool, but I still think the British Racing Green looked really good.
Yeah. And then obviously on the same day we've got this man's. Is it your favourite team?
McLaren, I don't know.
One off.
It's
I think McLaren's a bit of a fan favourite. No one really hates McLaren.
Yeah.
Same way no one really hates Ferrari, I guess. Yeah, come on, I'm not wrong.
no, everyone likes it.
And no one hates Williams.
No, it's
If you hate Williams, you're just a bit of an idiot. So yeah, on the same day, we've got the McLaren launch. What do you think they'll go for? I was quite a fan of the 2019 and the 2021 when there was just a bit more blue on the car.
Yeah.
I think orange and blue works quite well, surprisingly.
Yeah. Obviously, they've got rid of Gulf as a sponsor, which we'll come on to in a bit.
Yeah.
So there won't be as light a shade of blue as there was in the 22 livery. I hope they go for something like the 2019 livery, but they've been releasing on TikTok and other social media platforms. They've been releasing a lot of stuff about their chrome liveries, which I meant to mention to you. But a lot of stuff about the chrome liveries, like looking back at the chrome liveries on go-karts, things like that, and yeah, there's a lot.
I know I've heard of lots of just by watching him online. I know Lando Norris does like a chrome livery,
He does,
and I
yeah.
know it is a bit of a fan favourite, so we could see the return. But I just don't know how it'll work with. Google Chrome. And the chrome colour.
Oh.
Wow. To be fair, I don't want too much though, because when I look back, because I'm relatively new, I like the chrome ones look nice, but I'm kind of used to just McLaren being orange.
Yeah.
And mostly orange, and I do kind of like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I really liked them. I think they peaked in 2013, which was also the last year of the chrome liveries, when they had they had like Lucozade on the rear wing. And maybe on the side pods too, or maybe it was still Vodafone at that point. I think it peaked there.
I know a fan favourite is the 2007.
2007 was very good, yeah, but maybe it's just a fan favourite because
It was a good title, yeah.
and it was a Ferrari.
What?
2007 McLaren was a Ferrari.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Allegedly, no. It's not.
It's not allegedly.
It's not
They've come
allegedly.
out with it now.
100 million on fine. But yeah.
And-
Also things like 1999 and like late 90s, early 2000s McLaren, when it was like it was like Coulthard and Hackney, and it was like the West liveries. They looked amazing.
They look class. And I like the little, what was it, back in 98, 99, when it was just a bit more grey on the car as well. I think there was a bit more grey back near the West. I might be talking us rubbish here, but I think I'm right.
Also, they might do like a Marlborough livery, but I don't reckon they'll do that.
That would be class, but I don't.
They're not allowed to have Marlborough or even like the Ferrari barcodes anywhere. And Philip Morris International keeps getting removed and re-added to the Ferrari list of sponsors and partners. But I think they've officially left for this year, so the Ferrari like official team colour will go from like a richer red to a more darker, like sort of just like a darker red.
I think it did change slightly as well from 2021 to 2022.
Yeah.
I think it did go slightly a bit duller. I don't know how you say it, but just a bit darker, a bit more of a different tone. And yeah, we're coming on to Ferrari now. Valentine's Day, the 14th of February. Hopefully it will be a good day.
Yeah. I'm just going to try and find you that. Alright, so what suits? Yeah, it's Sparco suits the Red Bull are having. Just double checking.
There we go.
And I'm going to try and find you the. Oh yeah, Snapdragon and Vilas have been removed from Ferrari's list of sponsors, which will clean up the livery a bit. Although I think they're like quite cool looking companies.
I thought actually the rear wing with the Velas looked quite nice.
Yeah. So the Ferrari colour will be moving from that to that.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I don't really like that.
So for the viewers at home, that to that.
It's nearly pink.
It is.
Oh,
I don't like that really.
Is that a rumour or is that confirmed?
It's confirmed now that Mission Winnow, Philip Morris International, which is basically who owns Marlborough and Mission Winnow, have left.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but it's historic, I suppose. I really want them to go back to a gloss livery. I think the matte liveries look shit.
Yeah.
But I think this year's livery looks quite nice actually. This year is in 2022, which was last year.
Yeah.
But I really want them to go back to like a 2018, 2017 like gloss livery, like gloss, really rich red with like white on the shark fin and everything. I don't think they will.
Well, they have got Santander as a sponsor now, haven't they?
They have, yeah, which will change things.
They could go back to a bit more of a white. I hope with all my heart that that's wrong, because I just think that's a bit of a crappy colour.
They launched the car last year, 2022. They launched it and did loads of promo stuff in Santander red for Santander's marketing purposes, and then they actually raced in the Ferrari red, which is a darker red. But yeah.
They might also incorporate some of the yellow, because that Monza livery wasn't much loved.
Yeah. By
lots of people. I can see that happening if they maybe a little bit on the rear wing.
Yeah, I think I want like the old style Ferrari logo, that Ferrari logo. I'd love for that to be
that on the rear
wing. Yeah.
That would be class.
It'd be lovely. Similar to what they do with the numbers, having it as white for Leclerc, yellow for Sainz.
I think that's good.
That'd be really cool.
And I think they could also do that. Did they do that with the wheel covers at Ferrari? Is that only Mercedes?
Ooh, I don't know actually. I've not seen that.
I think it's only Mercedes that do the yellow wheel covers for Hamilton. And then Russell.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ferrari coming out on Valentine's. Then we've got Mercedes on the 15th.
Yeah.
Looking for their comeback year.
I don't know. I didn't like the 2022 livery. I just thought it was a bit rubbish. Maybe it didn't suit the car. I think the best Mercedes livery was, well, both the 2020 ones, the white one, not the white one, the silver one they used for testing, and they were planning to race with, but then the black one that they ended up using.
Because of Black Lives Matter?
Yeah.
To be fair, I think the one last year was nice, but it's just the main colour, the main grey, could have done with being a bit shiny, I think. Because I don't really know about matte. I think, well, we know why everyone's going matte now, just to save a bit of weight in it. Because glossier us goes more, but I don't know. I'm a bit iffy on the Mercedes one from last year. I don't know if they're going to make a return to black, because I know black was very much loved.
It was very popular, yeah. But yeah, they decided.
I don't think it necessarily needs to be linked to any of the protests. But
No, I think it just looks good in black, and it's obviously it's light, it's got black paint. Which, I'm sorry, Alfa Romeo, right, were the lightest car on the grid for almost the entirety of last season. Their car was gloss and half of it was white, which is the heaviest type of paint. I've got no idea how they managed to stay under the weight limit having a glossy white car. Very good.
who knows?
Alfa Romeo, if you're listening, just send Joe around just for a cheeky interview. My old mate from school. Yeah. I used to go to school with him. Did you know that? Yeah.
No, he didn't. He did.
I did.
Okay.
Wow, actually.
So that was quite different.
Yeah. All three of them.
Yeah, and well, we got to Alfa Romeo in a bit. Next, on the 16th, day after Mercedes, we've got Alpine
Ooh.
losing their one of what many people would regard as the GOAT, but not actually.
Over
Really.
for Spaniards.
Or Tommy Benning.
Oh yeah, I think he just does it for the bounce.
I think he does it for the news. Rest in peace, WSF1, by the way.
Oh yeah.
We'll be missed.
We're taking over now.
Yeah, we are.
With the new face of the internet
Yeah.
to do with motorsport. Yeah.
I think.
Paddock tickets by the end of this year, please.
I don't know if it's going to happen. But I
Can
think.
we hit 10 plays on this episode?
I think it was a bit. It was a bit sad seeing them leave.
Yeah, it was.
Tiff on.
I think they're just falling out with the board, but
Yeah, I mean, if they were properly leaving, they wouldn't start a new thing.
No.
Unless they just fancied a changing project. I don't know.
Yeah, so moving on to, well, not moving on, we were meant to be talking about this anyway. So, the Alpine livery, what do we think? I actually liked, in Jeddah, the
I really like
BWT.
Jeddah and Bahrain. Yeah, it was pink, and I really like the B.
I remember him saying, though, being one year into the new marketing and you've sold your soul straight away to a business, BWT. Looking back,
because the
it was
2021,
brilliant.
the 2021 livery was so good. 2022 was actually really good. It was a sleeper hit, and obviously Sean Bull design, very talented. I can't wait to see what he comes up with this year, because I know that. They've still got BWT because they updated like the entry list. But I know that they're no longer a partner of Formula One.
BWT,
Yeah, you know how at the Austrian Grand Prix,
they've got it
Yeah,
everywhere.
absolutely everywhere. They're no longer that, which will be interesting. It means that they could have more on the Alpine, or they may be looking to pull out.
Yeah, I could, yeah, I can imagine that. But what I did like that I think maybe they could have run, but I'm not sure if it would have gone down well. But for me, it was at least the black testing livery.
Oh yeah, in the Renault days.
No, the Alpine one. So they had the Alpine thing. But
Oh, yeah,
you know on the
yeah.
side where it's meant to. Yeah, it's just all black.
Yeah,
After
2020,
one side.
2021.
Was it pre-season?
It wasn't pre-season. It was sort of like their winter livery. They released it over the winter when they like announced their rebranding.
Oh yeah.
And everyone got really excited. And it's basically the same livery but without the blue and the red and the white. That was really nice, to be fair. But also the Renault tested liveries were so good. Matte black with like yellow numbers.
Yeah.
So good.
And then, so yeah, that was that. The Alpine livery and Alfa Romeo and Haas, as of recording, yet to release.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe Alfa Romeo are looking for a bit more.
Haas were the first team to release it last year.
It was a bit of a crap release last year.
Yeah, they just put like a front picture and a side picture of a generic car that didn't turn out to be theirs. And obviously the Iraqi livery that never raced.
Was it a bit rubbish in 2021, I think?
21, the livery release, they literally just took a picture of the car, a couple of pictures, which is what Red Bull used to do. They didn't used to have like the same show that they had in 2022. They used to just literally just release a picture of the front from like an angle and a picture of the back from an angle, and that's it. But yeah, I think the 2021 Haas was a very nice livery.
I've seen some people slandering on it. I know, if you take away the political side of the
Yeah.
Russian link, I think colour-wise is very nice.
It's very nice.
Yeah, I think. What are your thoughts? Do you prefer the 2021 livery Haas or the 2020?
Well, 2020 was a nice livery, to be fair.
It was a
It
bit
was-
more
it was
like
quite
grey
plain.
and black.
Yeah, I really like the 2019 livery as well, Rich Energy.
I'm not gonna. I've seen. I'm not a big fan, but
Mm.
I'm not going to get into that now. Yeah, I think overall they have had some good liveries, to be fair to us. I think as of recent, there's been going a bit more
2017,
wide.
they launched their car. Do you remember it was grey, and it had like red on like the nose and the shark fin and then the rear wing. And then for some reason, which I can't remember because I wasn't watching, halfway through the season they changed it to white, and it looked so much worse. Which
I
was
think-
awful.
Yeah, they might have to. I don't know. This year, what do you think about this year? Bit
don't know.
bit basic, but
Yeah,
to be fair, I think it was a good.
the
solid
American
6
Grand
out of
Prix.
10.
American Grand Prix was a very nice livery.
And I also think the MoneyGram sponsor.
It'll work
Looks
quite well.
alright.
I think I want like a white with black and red. I think that'll work very well. I didn't like the blue of the 1+1 or 1-1, which I think is gone now because it was Mick Schumacher. So
Yeah.
I reckon that's gone. But yeah, and then the other team Alfa Romeo, brilliant liveries. 2021 and 2022, fantastic liveries.
I really like the thing they put on the. I don't know the name of it. This just the side of the wheel was like half red and half white.
Oh yeah,
That was quite
very
good.
nice.
Which and then on that McLaren did the chrome livery.
Yeah,
I never really thought about doing that. It just did seem a bit of just a waste of weight.
the McLaren one.
No, just like designs on that part of the car.
Yeah, but they were the lightest team at the start of the year. So I
Who?
suppose-
Alfa Romeo?
Alfa Romeo, yeah.
Oh,
They were
well.
the lightest team for the majority of the year.
Alright.
So I reckon they could afford to do it, and it looked cool. It looked such a good car.
Yeah. I think exciting things to come, hopefully,
Yeah.
for Alfa Romeo. Is the when do they start getting back in from Sauber?
Well, obviously they are Sauber.
Well, no, I know,
They're
but
Sauber under the Alfa Romeo name.
do you know when they change?
Next year. So this is the last year of Alfa Romeo
Oh.
Sauber. Which is a shame.
Are they looking to make any other ventures back into Formula One or?
Alfa
really?
Romeo, no,
Anything?
not really. Because they just came on as like a sponsor. 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I wasn't counting, but it's quite a few years.
When did it start? 2018.
2018, yeah. And that was a really nice livery, to be fair. Leclerc's first season, and it was really nice. It was really
6
like,
years.
nice
I
and
think.
plain.
I just worked it out.
Leclerc's been in F1 that long, though.
Yeah.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh my god.
I know, and also there's
He seems like it was his debut season last year. So.
and then I've seen also the thing that people have been doing comparisons from. So it was like an F1 driver with 6 years' experience wins the championship,
Oh yeah.
Raikkonen and then Leclerc, and then it was something like
A young British driver in a McLaren wins the year after.
yeah. Well, no, it started off with a 2-time world champion
Yeah.
ends the reign of a 7-time world champion.
Yeah.
Alonso, Schumacher, Hamilton, and Verstappen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully exciting things coming up.
Leclerc, then Russell, then Norris.
Yeah.
And then 4 years of Mick Schumacher domination.
Right.
And then 2 years of Russell, and then a year of some other German.
Schumacher again.
Hulkenberg.
Hulkenberg.
Hulkenberg's probably on that amount.
Hulkenberg to win the 2032 or whatever it is. So now moving
What
on to the proposing new team in F1,
Oh, yeah.
Andretti
Well-
Cadillac. I'm going to let him talk about this more because
Yeah, so Andretti have been meaning to get into F1 for quite a while now, past couple of years, maybe just 2. They've been asking, and Formula 1 have basically been saying, well, Formula 1 haven't really opened like an entry process for them to join. Obviously, Andretti, very, very good in IndyCar and Formula E at the minute. Second time we mentioned it, episode 1. But yeah, Andretti, a very, very good, like prestigious motorsports team. And basically they've just teamed up with General Motors, which is one of the biggest car companies in the world. They own like, well, Cadillac obviously, Chevrolet, Dodge, or maybe not Dodge, I think that's Fiat Chrysler Group, but a lot of companies, and they make a lot of American cars everywhere in America. There's like GMs, GMCs, stuff like that. And yeah, they've teamed up with Cadillac. Cadillac have got a lot of experience in hypercar and like endurance racing, which they're doing at the minute. They make the very fast CTSV road car, and it should be good. I hope F1 takes it seriously, because it's a respectable bid, and it's a good bid, and it's got legs.
So are they looking at 2024 or 2026?
Well, they're building a new facility in America. Andretti are
Are they?
for I don't know if they.
Well, it won't be only for F1, but they'll probably
it's-
have that in mind.
Yeah, it's IndyCar, endurance racing, and sports car racing, and F1, hopefully. They broke ground on that the other week at the same time as the Cadillac launch, or maybe just a bit earlier. So I don't reckon they can get a car out for 2024, because it'll take quite a while to make. Like Aston Martin have been working on theirs a few years, and theirs is solely F1. Andretti are building it for all those other series.
Are they quite a well-funded team, Andretti?
Well, yeah. Actually, I don't really know. I assume so, because they're doing quite well.
If they're in so many competitions,
Yeah.
they've got to be.
And also, it's a prestigious name in motorsports. With obviously Mario and Michael Andretti. So yeah, hopefully F1 take it seriously.
We'll just have to see what's to come.
Yeah.
So, moving on to another team that's looking like joining. This isn't as recent, but we're still going to talk about it. It's Audi. Hopefully,
Oh yeah. Well,
hopefully
actually,
joining in 2026.
I forgot to say something about Cadillac and Andretti. Yeah, there's not really any point joining before 26, because earliest they'll join is probably 2025, and then they've only got 1 year with a 22 regulation car before they have to change everything for 26. So
It's quite annoying because I would like to see a new team, but I think what do the FIA have to do? I think they have to ask every team. Is it?
Yeah, and I think it's.
Is it a majority vote, or does every team have to say yes?
I think every team has to say yes, which is ridiculous because they shouldn't get a say. But they're talking like 600 million instead of the 200 million to get in. It's ridiculous.
That is outrageous.
And
Just
I
to get
think-
in the sport.
Yeah, and I think both Red Bull teams and McLaren, one other, saying yes. All the other teams say no so far. Because in Miami, I remember Michael Andretti was going around getting signatures from all the team principals, trying to get them on board. And obviously all the team principals have changed since then, so.
Yeah, we'll get into that later as
Yeah.
well. I think the main thing will just be tight asses like Ferrari and Mercedes who just
Yeah.
don't want to lose any money
And like
because the
Haas.
prize pot will have to be distributed.
Yeah.
I
Haas
don't
are
think
also
it'll have
the
a...
only American team as well.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to have that much of an impact though, because it'll bring in such a... Haas, they're an American, but they're not like out and out American, are
No,
they?
like they're
But-
based in the UK, Italy and America.
Yeah, but if they get Andretti and Cadillac involved, that could open a massive
It could, yeah.
American
Because
market.
you'll bring a lot of like sports car fans and IndyCar fans who haven't watched too much F1. You'll bring them all in, going, oh well, here's Andretti, your favourite team in IndyCar. Here's Cadillac, the car company that you own, a Cadillac. They're in F1 now. Start watching.
And also with Drive to Survive, it's looking just a lot more likely that Americans are going to get involved in the sport.
Yeah.
So, moving on. Can we move on now? Yes.
To
Audi.
No. 2026 regulations for the power
Oh.
units and Cadillac. So it looks like they've got like a Renault Alpine deal lined up, which would be quite good. Because there's no point Cadillac just coming in and making their own engine from scratch.
I don't, because they won't get any purchases within the... Unless it's outrageous and they don't have a single
Yeah.
DNF.
Like all this hype to just finish last by like 7 seconds, like HRT were doing.
Yeah.
7 seconds a lap. That's ridiculous. And they're on the same aero package at Monaco and Monza in 2010.
They must have just done that for a bit of a
Just for
laugh.
the balance, yeah.
Audi?
Audi.
Yes.
So,
right. first
joining
time.
in 2026, buying out a majority stake in Sauber, building a new facility at their motorsports headquarters next to the test track.
What country is Saddle from?
Seidel, Germany. Yeah,
What country is Audi from?
Germany.
There you go. Maybe.
Wow! People
No.
work for a team.
No, I think they're going to build...
Where's Christian Horner from?
No.
Where's Mercedes from? No. Where's McLaren from? Christian Horner to McLaren confirmed. You heard it there first. No. It was just a bit of silliness.
Yeah,
Um,
very, very old.
Anyway,
Yeah, so Audi, what are we saying? Think they're going to be any good? They've got to. I mean, you can't come in with a name like Audi and just be
Yeah.
crap. Like they just won't let it happen.
But yeah, it means that Sauber will be Sauber from 2024, so we'll be only 2 years actually, 2024 and 2025.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be good. But yeah, I can't wait for Audi to get in. And also, their sister company under the Volkswagen Audi group, Porsche, Gulf Oil, who have left McLaren to go to Williams, Porsche and Williams themselves are rumoured to be joining forces. And yeah, Porsche have been looking to get into F1 for quite some time. We know that talks broke down at like the final stage with them and Red Bull earlier on this year, or last year. God, it seems ages ago. July 17th, the news was meant to come out, according to Engine Mode 11, who follows me on Twitter. Ex Red Bull F1 mechanic follows me on Twitter.
And now it looks like talks have slowed down with Porsche, but now they've brought out this thing with
Yeah.
Williams. And apparently, I've been hearing there was some. This was from before the summer of 2022, so I don't know how talks been going. But apparently, Red Bull are looking to install RBPT in the Williams.
Are they?
Apparently, they're looking to make a little deal, and that could kind of work together with Porsche going to Williams. I think I'm not sure how far talks have gotten if they have started talks, but just putting a Red Bull driver in there is a start.
Yeah, it'd be a sixth driver, probably, because they'd probably just fit out all those teams. But I also remember at the start of 2021, start of 2021, there were a lot of rumours about Williams becoming an Alpine B team, because Alpine are the only team on the grid that doesn't have like a partner team. Which means in theory they should be good, but they're not. So yeah, it'll be very interesting. I hope Porsche join F1 because it's just such a good company.
I would love to see 24 cars lining up on the grid in.
Well, there's other new teams rumoured to be joining. Porsche, obviously, Andretti, Cadillac, we've already spoken about. Ford are rumoured as well. So Ford are rumoured to be involved with Red Bull. And apparently they're asking a lot of questions back at the Japanese Grand Prix weekend for the 2026 regulations, which would be good, because Cosworth were very good, and I hope they get back. Mazepin High-Tech. So Dimitri Mazepin, obviously with Ural Khalai, was pulled out of High-Tech, which is a Formula 2 team, and then High-Tech Formula 1 Team Limited was made at that time, which would be very interesting. They tried to buy Force India, I remember. Honda are looking at buying out Red Bull, apparently, because the new Red Bull owner, after Dietrich Mateschitz died, apparently isn't as interested in Formula 1, but yeah.
We'll have to see. So I think that's all the drama we've got, sort of drama news and
Yeah.
rumours on new teams joining F1. Now, might have happened quite a while ago, but there was a very interesting, very rare thing actually happening with the team principals in F1.
Yeah, they were going everywhere. So, let's see, who's got who? So
Let's try and list them all off.
Mercedes,
Total Wolff.
Red Bull, Christian
Horner.
Horner.
Ferrari,
Ferrari have
Vasseur.
got Frederick Vasseur, who's gone from Alfa Romeo. McLaren have Andrea Stella, who was basically his own Binotto, just risen all the way up through the ranks of McLaren, which is quite interesting.
Yeah.
But
But they've still got Brown as the CEO.
yeah. But he's CEO of like the whole McLaren group, so he goes McLaren, like McLaren Applied Technologies, McLaren Arrow, all of them.
And then who else have we got? We've got
Alpha
Alpine.
Tauri. Well, Alpha Tauri have got Franz Tost.
Sorry, we've got Francis.
Alpine have got Otmar Safnauer.
We've still got Otmar. Aston Martin,
have
if
got
so.
Mike Crack.
Yeah. I thought I was going
You
to say
can't
Lawrence
be
Stroll.
called something like that these days.
There's Aston Martin. Then Williams.
Williams.
James Vowles.
James Vowles, yeah. Haas, Gunter Steiner.
Obviously, and Alfa Romeo yet to appoint one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Seidel is
Raffles
the.
Seidel is CEO of the Sauber Group now, which is
From
interesting.
what I've heard, Seidel was the main. Brown was kind of the investor, but Seidel was a bit more involved
Yeah.
in the. He's just a bit more of the brains behind McLaren.
Yeah.
Essentially, Zach Brown's kind of like the public figure, I guess.
And Seidel used to work for Porsche's hypercar, not hypercar because it wasn't a hypercar then. They're like WEC, World Endurance Championship, like endurance racing team, and obviously Porsche and Audi owned by Volkswagen. So there'll be relationships there, and I expect they'll carry a lot of the same people over because Formula E, third time we've mentioned it. Formula E doesn't take a lot of people to run because it's a spec series. Although Porsche are doing very well, they had all 4 cars in the top 10.
Can you enter as many cars as you want in
No,
Formula E?
no, it's 4 cars because they've got themselves and Avalanche Andretti. Interesting, Andretti and Porsche linking together in Formula E.
I think there's just too many links to call
Yeah.
anything at the moment. There's just so much going on in the world of F1, and we will make sure to keep you updated.
Yeah,
Is that
thank
wrap it
you.
on there?
Well, yeah, thank you for watching, listening, if you are. Subscribe, like, follow us on Spotify.
And
us a
give us-
5-star review on Apple Podcasts. That really does help us out.
And give us any feedback as well. We'd be willing to take
You
any
can follow us
comments.
on @LateApexF1 on most social media platforms.
Yeah,
by
we're-
most, Instagram and YouTube. We'll do TikTok and obviously this for YouTube and Twitter very shortly. Maybe
and just give us
already.
any suggestions you'd like to
Yeah.
maybe see in the future episodes.
Thank you for watching.
There we go.
Goodbye.
Wow!